With these simple ingredients you see before you, you will make the best gosh darn guacamole you've ever tasted. I'm going to show you how you can turn this into this. Find out how on Whipping It Up with the Crafty Crocheter. Hello and welcome, Yarn Besties. It is I, the Crafty Crocheter. So, welcome to the pilot episode of Whipping It Up with the Crafty Crocheter. Now, if this takes off, this will be a series of culinary arts programs where I turn simple ingredients into delicious gourmet dishes. And in today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make guacamole. Now, I use this a lot for all the time. You can make for chips, of course, which is the staple when you go to a Mexican restaurant, or you can use this as a sandwich spread for turkey burgers or hamburgers or cold cut sandwiches, or you can just enjoy it on its own. It's that good. So I'm going to show you how to make it here in this episode. Now I'm going to show you the ingredients that you're going to need and the tools you need to make this gourmet dish. So the ingredients are as follows. Alright, so the ingredients you're going to need for this dish are as follows. Of course, you're going to need avocados. I have 4 jumbo avocados and they are ripe and ready to go. Now, if you happen to get avocados at the store and they're still a little firm to the touch, they're not as ripe or as malleable as they should be when they're ripe, place them near bananas. Bananas somehow, I don't know what it is, but it allows for the avocados to ripen rather quickly. But don't let it ripen too much or else it'll just turn out to be no good. So the next ingredient you're going to need are limes. I like to do 1 lime per avocado because I like my avocados, my guacamole a little limey with a lot of flavor. Of course, you can use less or you can use more as you wish, but I'm just doing 1 per avocado. Next, you're going to need a bunch of fresh cilantro. And I got this little bit of cilantro, and I love cilantro, but my husband doesn't, so I'm going to make half a batch of this with a cilantro and the other half without. And then next, you're going to need basically salt, of course. I'm using pink Himalayan salt. And then I like to mix it up with a little bit of garlic salt. Now, next I'm going to show you how to process the avocados. Alright, so of course you're going to need avocados and a nice cutting board. I like to use my green cutting board because I don't like to cross-contaminate anything. So then the next tool you're going to need, of course, is a nice, sharp 8-inch chef's knife. Of course, you can use a longer one or a shorter knife if you like, but I like to use a long enough chef's knife. So I'm going to move these out of the way so I can start one. So first thing you're going to do is just carefully kind of rock this a little bit, the knife down the center of the avocado, and I like to move it around. And exercise caution at all times, especially when you're using a sharp knife. Then once you've got that cut all the way around, you just like twist, and then there's just the pit. And then if you're skilled enough, be careful with this because this can slip. Don't just wham it down because then there's the chance that the knife could cut your hand. So what I like to do is I like to kind of gently rock this pit back and forth. This should come out rather easily like that. And then you just remove the pit. So I'm going to put this pit off to the side because I don't need it. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to score this. So I like to score it like this. Again, be careful. This is really ripe and the knife should go through quite easily. Score it this way diagonally, then I like to turn it around and I like to score it the other way because what you're doing here is you are creating the cubes of avocado, which makes blending a lot easier in your food processor. Alright, so then after you have that done, you're going to peel it like that, and then you're just going to scoop all the way around the edge. Let me get another... get a paper plate, and then I'm gonna got a paper plate because I have my food processor on the other side. So then you're just gonna take this closer. Then you're just gonna take your spoon and just go around the edge of the avocado like this, and this should come out real easily from the flesh of the avocado. I have to try to get all of it out. All right, and then you're gonna do the same thing for all of your avocados. So you're gonna take your avocado, split it down the middle, remove the pit, score it twice as I've done here, and then take your spoon, scoop it around the flesh of the avocado, and that should all fall out. So I'm gonna do the rest of this off camera, then I'm gonna show you what to do next. Alrighty, so the next ingredient you're gonna need for this is lime juice. And the reason you need the lime juice for this is because the citric acid from the limes will prevent the avocados from oxidizing or turning brown quickly. As for the same reason why you would use lemon juice for apple slices, for that same reason. So what you're gonna do first is let me take one out and I'm gonna show you what to do. So, and you're also gonna need a juicer, of course. If you don't have a juicer, you can squeeze it with your hand or you can use a hand juicer. So I got this at my local kitchenware store. So what I do is I'm gonna cut the limes in half and then I'll put it in here and squeeze. So I'm gonna show you how to process the lime first. So I learned this off of TV a while ago, that the best way to get the juices rolling in a lime is to roll it with your hand on your cutting board for a little bit. And what that does, it helps release a lot more of the juice than you would get if you didn't do this. So then you're just gonna take your knife and cut your limes halfway that way. Then with your juicer, if you have one, put the cut side up. And you're just gonna take the lime juice and just squeeze it carefully onto the avocados. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see a little bit. There you go. And you're gonna get all that juice out of there. Just take that off. Then you can repeat that with all the rest of your limes. So I'll do another one here. I like to tilt my juicer a little this way, and this is a good opportunity to use your muscles too to get every little bit of juice out of that lime. Then I'm gonna juice the rest of these off camera. Then I'm gonna show you what to do next to make the guacamole. Then finally, the ingredient is cilantro. So I like to use fresh cilantro. I just got a small little bunch of cilantro, so because my husband doesn't care for it that much. I like it, but he doesn't. So you would process this like you would parsley. So I would just take up to where the stems meet, and then I just you don't have to worry about plucking all the leaves off one by one because that would be tedious. So I just like to do like a rough chop. And cilantro is also known as Chinese parsley or coriander. And I'm resting my hand on top of this knife so my hand's not in the way as I'm chopping this parsley, this cilantro up, because I do not want to lose any fingers. And I'm sure y'all don't want to either. So, all right, so I'm not gonna try to. I'm just gonna chop this fine enough to where I can blend it, because the food processor is gonna do the rest of the blending as well and chopping up. So I take that back. I'm gonna mix this into the half of the guacamole for myself, and the other half my husband doesn't like cilantro, so I'm gonna make a double batch of this. So I'm gonna show you how to blend it in the food processor and then season it as we go. All right, so I have all my ingredients ready to go in the food processor. I have my 4 avocados, the juice of 4 limes, and I'm gonna blend this. I'm gonna pulse it. I'm gonna take this off a little bit. I'm gonna season it. Season it with some the Himalayan sea salt, because you can always adjust as you go. And I'm also gonna do some garlic salt because it's good in the guacamole. If you don't want to use fresh garlic, you can use garlic salt or garlic powder. take my rubber spatula and I'm going to scrape down the side of the bowl a little bit, try to get some of the chunks towards the middle of the blade. Now, of course you can do this however you like. If you like it like really pureed, you can go for a longer, or if you like a chunkier style of guacamole, you can certainly pulse it until you get to the size of the chunks you want. Give it a couple pulses, and then, all right, I'm gonna taste this as I go along because you want to taste things as you go. Ooh, definitely a lime's in there. Ooh, that was good. I think I might need some more salt though. Bring some more salt in there. I might do a little bit more garlic too. All right, I'm gonna give this a blend. I'm gonna taste it again. I'm gonna get when you're tasting things, if someone else is sharing, always get another spoon because you don't want to cross-contaminate. Very nice. So I'm gonna scrape this down. I'm gonna leave these chunks in here because we like ours a little on the chunky side for the guacamole, because you like the little chunks of avocado in there. Of course, you can go further if you want. And then let me take this. This is what it looks like when it's all pureed. Now I'm going to transfer this to two different bowls because I'm going to add the cilantro to one and one without. So, and that is how you make guacamole. Now, if you want to store this and prevent oxidation, because that does happen sometimes, even if you have an airtight seal. So what I like to do is I like to take a little bit of plastic wrap. Take a little bit of plastic wrap. You know how much of a pain plastic wrap can be. So I'm going to take some plastic wrap, make sure you get into as flat as you can get it. And then I like to try to fit this on top, make this as flat as possible to keep out any potential air that can get to the avocados. So you don't want that to oxidize and turn brown on you, even when you have this in the refrigerator in an airtight container. It's kind of like the same principle when you make the pudding, when you make a pudding on the stove and you're trying to prevent that skin that forms over the top. You want to try to get all of that in contact with the plastic wrap, so that way you prevent any air from getting inside and potentially oxidizing your guacamole. Now that's as good as I can get it, so I'm going to take my lid, and now there you go. That is a nice airtight seal, and that's going to prevent any rapid oxidation of your avocados while they're storing. This is the Crafty Crocheter. Thank you for watching. Happy eating.